Hello everyone, welcome to the IchimokuCharts.com daily analysis for the Euro US dollar FX for Monday, March 19th, 2012. Well, a continuation of the trend to the upside today and a white-bodied candle. This follows the change of trend for the previous day's trading, a very large white-bodied candle with the buyers in control, and today once again the buyers have gone on with the move, suggesting quite strong upside momentum in this market. One negative factor is the reduction in the size of the body of the candle. It's smaller than the previous, so that suggests that even though the buyers have made net bullish progress, they made a smaller amount, so they have lost some momentum, but the size of the body is still quite large, and that still suggests that the buyers are in the ascendancy in the shorter time frame. The buyers did close with control of this market. They've closed up towards the high, although they did lose some commitment when testing up around these levels, around 132, 133 roughly. So the buyers did lose some momentum late in the day. The market did find support down around 131.45, so that previous resistance area is now acting as an area of support in the short-term time frame. So we should be watching that area for tomorrow's trading. If this trend is going to continue up, then we do have potentially strong resistance up around the 133, 133.20 level, previous strong area, and we should watch that level for selling coming in. Above there isn't any major resistance until the market trades up to 134.85, but that is a major area where the market tested on 4 occasions and sold off quite strongly. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's bullish in all 3 time frames now. The market's trading above the cloud, above the Kijun-sen, and above the Tenkan-sen, but we are only just trading above the Kijun-sen. So that is a bullish breakout above, but only just, so almost neutral in the medium-term time frame. Looking at the Kijun-sen, that's pointing flat, and it has attracted price action back towards it on 2 occasions. So that highlights very well how a flat Kijun-sen will attract price action. So whilst that Kijun-sen remains flat, there is a possibility that price action will hover around there. But for tomorrow's trading, we do have a bullish market in terms of the short-term dynamics with the buyers in control, and there is a strong possibility that the market will test up to around the 133 level. Next, moving to the Aussie dollar US dollar, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the upside. Candle that's made a higher high and a higher low. Previous day's trading we had a very large white-bodied candle, a lot of bullishness in the market, and the market tested to the top of the cloud. Today, a spinning top type candle, and that does raise serious doubt about continuation of this trend to the upside. The market has been attracted back to the flat Kijun-sen, and time after time I highlight how a flat Kijun-sen attracts price action, and here once again over the previous 3 trading days the Kijun-sen has attracted price action, and the market has found resistance right at the Kijun-sen, and the sellers have come into this market. The buyers have lost commitment at that level. The area of resistance also it coincides with this highlighted zone, and that's a zone of resistance that I've highlighted from some time ago, and anywhere we're in this zone will act as an area of resistance. And we can see here previously in the previous week or so where there was a strong sell-off in the market around that level. So this market is set up for a strong sell-off. This indecisive spinning top type candle has set the market up for a change of trend. So we do need to watch the low of the current candle for a potential lower high and lower low. To the upside, obviously, the Kijun-sen will remain as resistance to this market at 106.39, and then up around this swing high around 106.70, and extending all the way up to 107.11 and just beyond. The cloud will offer very strong resistance, and that's at 106. Now we did have the market just trade up above the cloud, and that is a breakout above the cloud, but it hasn't been a bullish breakout, and technically with the market being indecisive, it's a very, very weak signal in Ichimoku charts terms. In terms of the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, the market is bearish in the medium-term time frame by trading below the Kijun-sen, and bullish in the short-term time frame by trading above the Tenkan-sen, and we have been trading above for the previous 2 days. The Chikou span is below the corresponding price action, so we're getting a lot of mixed signals in this market at the moment. But there is potential for this market to sell off and continue the major trend to the downside. We see a series of lower peaks and lower troughs, and here the market has the opportunity to establish another lower peak if we do take out the low of the current candle with the lower high and lower low. To the downside, we have strong support down around 104.50, and then down to the 103.77 area, and just below there we have the bottom of the cloud at 103.77. So mixed signals in this market. The buyers have lost the upside momentum that they had over the previous 2 days. Indecisiveness. The sellers haven't taken control, but there is an opportunity for them over the next day's trading. Next, moving to the US dollar, Japanese yen, and here we see a very, very strong market in terms of the big picture and in the medium-term time frame. We have a very strong trend that was established some time ago around the time of the breakout above the cloud, and then the market has gone on with it, making a series of higher peaks and higher troughs, and here the market is set up to make another higher trough and perhaps establish another higher peak if we take out the peak at 84.18. In terms of the candles that we're seeing, the market is in a first time frame downtrend and has been for 2 trading periods, but all of this pullback in this market have been on indecisive spinning top candles, and that's certainly not the type of candles, if you're a bear, that you'd like to see for any solid correction of this first time frame upswing from this area to here. There is no strength really from the sellers in this market, and it has been a really meek attempt at a correction with spinning top indecisive candles. So at the end of a strong uptrend, we'd expect that the buyers would lose momentum, and then eventually you'd expect that the sellers would gain strength. But in this case, there's been indecision in the market over the previous 3 trading days. So where the sellers should have been strong in this market, they haven't come to the party. The sellers are very indecisive, as are the buyers, and it does set the market up for a potential change of trend. The high of the current candle that I mentioned at the 83.56 level is very important for this market, for that change of trend. We do have very strong support down below the 83.28 level, where we saw the last 3 days test below, and we saw the sellers lose commitment around that level. And the 83 level held as very strong support for today's trading, whereas it was strong resistance for this candle that was quite a bullish candle. Below there we do have strong support at 82.79, and then at the Tenkan-sen. As I've mentioned quite often, when we have solid upside momentum, the Tenkan-sen is the first place where we see the market find support, and that becomes a very important level if we do see the market sell off. That's at 82.62, but it's unlikely that we will see the market trading down to that level. To the upside, however, we do have strong resistance at 84, and we can see on these 2 occasions the market tested there, and the sellers came in. The buyers lost commitment around that area. So that's a crucial level to this market if we are going to see a new higher peak. Above there is resistance at around 84.50. Now the market is above all 3 Ichimoku indicators, and that is telling us that the market's bullish in all 3 timeframes, and the Chikou span is above corresponding price action, confirming the bullishness that we're seeing. The Tenkan-sen is pointing up sharply, reflecting solid upside momentum, but the Kijun-sen is flat, and we have seen price action being attracted back towards there. So there is, because of that, a possibility that we could see the market come off once again and perhaps test to 83, but I'd suggest after 3 trading periods of indecisive candles where the sellers have gained no downside momentum, this market is set up for a change of trend to the upside with a higher high and higher low. So let's watch around that 83.50 level, roughly around the high at 83.56 for a potential higher high and higher low, and test to 84.